Greetings everyone, this is my review of the Kenmore Ultra Plush Canister Vacuum. To get started, I will show its filtration. First off, we have a HEPA bag. These are a big improvement compared to the older paper bags that we had, such as the lower end models or your older 2000s or model from 1999 if it was a 116. I love these multi-layer dust bags. I am not a bagless person, and I am glad I went with a bagged vacuum once again. And they're really quick to change as well. Not to mention these fill up like a pillow. This is a full bag. It is genuine Kenmore. Also to note, this is the bag dock. These will flip forward and it won't let you shut the canister without a bag in there. If this is new, it will be a little stiff, so you can take a drop of oil or grease and just dab it right at the pivot points to loosen it up. Just as a note, always use these genuine Kenmore bags. It will say style QC. You can get these on Amazon, and to know if it's genuine Kenmore, there will be a bit of paper right in the bag opening. That is just so if you suck up a rock or anything, it will reduce the risks of it tearing the bag. And to fit these in, you'll say, this bag's a lot bigger than the vacuum. Well, let me show you. Go up about 2/3 on the bag, fold 1/3 down. It should look like this. Also, you will watch the seal on the back of the bag dock right here. You will slowly insert this tab. It will be stiff. That is perfectly normal. That's because the gasket is doing its job and keeping a tight seal. Then once you have this folded down, you will just tuck the bag in. There is a pre-motor filter in there just to protect the motor. That doesn't do a whole lot with filtration, but it's there just in case of anything. And coming here on the back, we have the exhaust filter. Now, this may gray over time. That is motor carbons. However often you use it is however long you will change this. Every 6 months for my case, but your case might be different depending on how much you use it. This rocks back and then pulls straight out, and this is your exhaust filter. That goes back in just like so. You may say it might be a little loose. That's normal. And how this works is the gasket on the back of this filter is pushed in place by the filter door itself. You will feel it push back. Once you press it in, you'll hear a snap, usually, just like that. And that's how you know it is in place. It has a 26-foot cord. I did measure it, and it says on Amazon as well, or if you go to the Kenmore website, it says that as well. Fingertip controls. You have your typical hard floor carpet settings and an electronic suction relief. As you can hear, it gets pretty quiet. Now, just on the note, this is a newer version of the Ultra Plush, and I will go into detail about that. The main thing is, in the power head, there is an LED instead of an actual bulb. That is one way of telling it is a newer version. The older version is not much different. And also, the pet power mate and the floor brush are a dark gray instead of a white, and they match the accents of the canister and the hose. That is another way you can tell. just on the subject of this hard floor tool, to get us started, it does somewhat swivel, and to get this completely flat, what you do is you lay the wand to the side, and that is how you get this flat. And this is a good design from Kenmore, and this is my preferred design of a floor brush. Just the bristles on the side, 2 in the back, 1 up front. And when going back or forth, it is dusting the floor, but also the space between the brushes, as in here and all around, that allows big stuff to get in there and not have to cause you to lift up the floor head and place it over the debris to get it that way. Also, the wand does have an LED light in it. I will show that in a minute. The dusting brush is also stored on board with all the other tools. Now the crevice tool is stored in the back of the handle. What you do is you grab the very front and pull down. This will be stiff. It's meant to be that way so this does not fall out. There are 2 suction relief holes on the side, as well as a notch in the middle to allow debris in and airflow. These on the side are for airflow. Now, to put this back in, you will insert the very back onto the rear tab and then push in. It will snap right back into place. Also on the note, this has a bag check indicator. The vacuum does not have to be fully clogged for this light to come on. Just a heads up. Just even a slight restriction will set it on. LED light in the wand. And here is the power head itself. Also, as a quick note, you can lay this one flat for getting under beds and all of that stuff. It does have a swivel as well. This is adjusted to my carpet pile. Now, for your situation, it's obviously going to be different. You have 4 settings. I am on the medium. You have high, low, extra low, medium, and then back to high. I'm going to go low, medium, high, extra low. And there's the indicator right there for whatever height your carpet is. Now for overload protection, if you suck up something you shouldn't, say a shoelace, if it's really thick, or a towel, maybe a rug, it peels back and it sucks up into the brush roll. It will take a second for the motor to catch it. It will briefly warm up, then it will shut off. All you have to do is turn the vacuum off, give it a second, turn it back on, or just hit the reset button and it will work as normal. Now in laying this flat, just like the floor brush, you tilt this to the side, and this is roughly about 4 inches in height, so you can get under just about anything. Actually, not even 4. I think this is about 3.5, if I double check. And from there, you can get under a bed or a sofa if it's high on legs, anything like that. And that just about concludes this vacuum. One more quick note is how the hose has been redesigned by Kenmore. So, the older version had a 45 angle on it. Instead, it is straight, so this is now a 360 swivel, which means I can turn this around all day, and it's not going to tangle on the hose. This is the standard Kenmore hose that we've known for all years. This wire reinforced, the wires are electrified, and it can turn this around, and whatever I do will translate to that swivel. Just like so. Most of the time the wand will stand up on its own, as demonstrated there. I'm not holding it. If it is placed too far away from the vacuum, it will fall over. And there we are, I'm not touching it. And it is still standing in place. And that concludes my review for the Kenmore Ultra Plush Canister Vacuum. Thank you. I hope this video was helpful.